So when we talk about the fundamental unity of India, we have to keep in mind that this was not a unity that was imposed from above by a king or a ruler. It was a fundamental unity because every section of society contributed to this. In Mathura, before the images began to be made, the Jains used to have these ayag pattas. They were the size of your mobile phone, and they would have some, sacred symbol on that. Now, at Mathura, archaeologists in the colonial period, when they excavated a Jain mound, they found that 95% of the yag pattas that they found there were donated by women. So when we talk about, patriarchy and all that, we have to be aware of what was the wider picture. So 95% of the yag pattas were donated by women. And many of the women, their husbands still remained Hindus and they had converted to Jainism. Then I want to give you an example of the stupa at Sanchi. The first stupa that was built was by Ashoka. It was of brick and wood. But then at some point between 500 BC and about 100 AD, the people said that, now we are aware of how to build with stone. Let us make this a grand stupa. So from Sanchi stupa, we have found 631 inscriptions. And you will be surprised and pleasantly surprised to know that only 3 of those 631 inscriptions mention royalty. And that doesn't mean that the king or queen had contributed. They mention royalty in the sense that one person says, I'm serving under this king. So the rest of the inscriptions are donated by ordinary people. Who are these ordinary people? None of them is a wealthy businessman or something. They are ordinary traders, nuns, monks, laborers. And there is a very interesting inscription. At Sanchi, there's a gateway. If you go to Sanchi, you will be able to see that gateway, and you can see it in Google. That gateway was made by the ivory carvers from Vidisha. They had been invited to come to Sanchi and carve a gateway. They carved that gateway, and at the bottom of that gateway, they said, we have carved this, we are ivory workers from Vidisha, and this is our gift to Sanchi Stupa. So, this is absolutely, there is no question of forced labor. There was no king sponsoring the whole thing. It was all individuals who were coming together and contributing.